everybody. How is everybody doing? We're going to get our Monday's moments going in one moment. We'll give it a minute to see if anybody. Just a moment. And okay. So I hope everybody had a great week. We certainly did. Yesterday was Mother's Day. I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. And that goes to all our moms and our dads that do the job of mom and dad as well. So happy Mother's Day to all of you. Again, congratulations to Michelle Heath, who won last month's raffle, the Mother's Day basket. She should be either, if she hasn't gotten it already, she should be getting it any day. And today we're going to announce that we are May raffle, which is actually really personal to me. And I'll explain how it also goes along with our fun facts. And seeing our May is from today, which is, I believe, the 13th. And it's going to go until, I believe, June. If I'm not mistaken, give me 1 second and I can tell you. It goes until June 10th. So that's just about 30 days. And this is going to be for our Father's Day raffle. And this one is super near and dear to my heart because of my dad, who I miss more than I could ever possibly express. And you'll hear me talk about him from time to time. We were very close, and that comes along with our fun fact for tonight, which is every night between 9:30 and 11:30, never failed, unless something was really wrong. I would get a phone call, and my father would call me. Now, mind you, he lived 300 and... Hi, Casey. Thank you, sweetheart. He would call every night just to tell me good night, and he loved me. And that is something that will stay with me forever. And to this day, I still wait for that phone call, even though I know it's not going to come. And I still say good night to him every night. And I know there's not a day that goes by that he isn't on my mind. So Father's Day is, as we all know, I believe it's the 16th of June. And what we are going to do is, my dad used to collect watches, and he had so many different kinds, from his favorite football team to dress watches to work watches to, he had a ton. And he would tell me when we would get stuff for the store, well, what'd you get today? I collect watches. And for Father's Day, we are going to be raffling off a watch. I am unable to give my dad a watch. So what we're going to do is the same thing. For every $5 donation made to the Doodle Den Foundation, and you can do that by visiting the link in the comments, which is www.thedoodledenfoundation.org. And for every $5, it's one entry into the contest for our May/June raffle. The watch, we're still deciding which one. We're between a couple, but the watch will be over $500. That much we do know. So it's my way of being able to still celebrate my dad. And this is going to be in memory. So this is extra special to me. And I hope that it's something that somebody can cherish for many years to come. So before I happen to get emotional, we're going to move on. So another, you can also, just real quick, that you can help support the Doodle Den Foundation is by purchasing a sweatshirt from the Doodle Den Foundation. It has the name on the front. Our logo is on the back, and it is a hoodie. They are from sizes small through 6XL available. Small through XL is $50. 2XL to 6XL is $56, and they also can be purchased on our foundation website. Another way that you can donate is we also have a store that's www.thedoodledennllc.com. Make sure I wrote that right. And with that, it's kind of a shop that has a little bit of absolutely everything on it. Anything from socks to electronics to home goods to children's toys to designer purses to jewelry to makeup to skin cleanser to you name it. And you can also check our pages out, which we ask that you please, if you're watching this video, that you like and you give us a share. And also the people who are finding us on YouTube with more videos. And that also brings me to the other thing tonight is my daughter, my little co-host, is probably not going to be making an appearance this evening. She actually is not feeling well. She's usually my puppy wrangler. And tonight she had, well, as I've discussed before, with her permission, she has a heart condition that is being very closely monitored. And she was sent home from school today because her heart has been very, very sporadically spiking and then dropping very low. So they wanted her, as the school nurse is only there in the morning. We live in a very small rural town, which I love being in nature. And for the most part, I have to say the people are great. We've met some really great people, and we hope to continue to meet more people, get our name out there, and really start making a difference in our communities. And we are through the IRS. So, hi, Adam. How are you, hon? Nice to see ya. So any donations are tax exempt. So that's up to you if you would like to do a cash donation. Also will accept used or things that are in good condition as far as medical equipment. walkers, wheelchairs, the little latrines, toilet bowl extenders, dressing sticks, even like, like the little hand grabbers, anything like that we can help with. We also help with if he needs, a ramp or something to the effect. We also need volunteers to go into the nursing homes, which is another great way that you can help. If you are interested in volunteering and you're in the state of Maine, you can send us an email at the Doodle Den Foundation at AOL.com, and I will get back to you, or you can always direct message me. I ask that you share. We're hoping that, as I've stated, 5 years will be moving all of and having a chapter in each state throughout New England, within 10 years moving beyond New England. So, but we can only make this possible with your support. And what we're doing, there's really nothing like it. So before I get into there goes my mind again. The Doodle Den LLC is our gift shop. We have a little bit of everything for anybody at all different price points. Check it out. 10% of all sales goes to the Doodle Den Foundation in your name. Okay, so before we get started and we go into how, as we've been following, and you can go back to our Instagram or back on our either YouTube channel or Facebook page, whatever way you're watching. And we do ask that you follow us and share us, help get us out there. That's the only way we're going to make this work. We need your help, our community. And like I've said before, our community is not just the one small area that we live in. Our community is all encompassing. So, okay. So before I get started, I have a really funny story about the pups this week. I always tell you how the pups are doing. And as I was saying about my daughter, my pup wrangler, tonight, well, as some of you know, last week was a little sketchy with the pups were making a break for it. And as they are affectionately known, the pupperoos, half kangaroo, half puppy, were jumping a fence like it was absolutely nothing. And I couldn't catch them because they are quicker than I am. And my daughter, she was catching one, the other one was going, and it was just, yeah. So anyway, she's not feeling good. She got sent home and she's really worn out. So we may not have pups tonight. However, I will be posting videos, and I have a really funny story. So last, I believe it was Friday. I think it was Friday. The pups went to the veterinarian to get their last series of baby shots. So Ray takes them, and when I tell you these guys are smart, it's insane. They their paws are hands, and they watch literally everything you do, which is great for dealer of service animals and, for that type of work. But it's a double-edged sword, especially when they're puppies. So Ray brings them into the vet one at a time. We have one the little brown one, Miss Moxie, who thinks her paws, are hands, and has learned how to open the latch on the puppy carrier, unbeknownst to Ray. So Ray had put them both in the car for a moment and put them in the carrier, went in to go pay the bill. And he comes out and he goes to look in, and Moxie's sitting on the front seat. Now, if that's not bad enough, Moxie's sitting in the driver's seat looking at him through the window. He notices on the passenger side, Moxie, the little blue one, Hopper has found the Milk-Bone treats. So she decided she didn't need anything else. She wasn't going to stop anywhere else. She was just going to have herself a feast on puppy treats. Well, as Ray goes to open the door, Moxie hits the lock button and locks him out of the car. Now, mind you, it's pretty raw out and it's a rainy day. And Ray typically will leave the key right there while he's running in when he can see. And he's thinking, okay, I am now locked out. Thankfully, I don't know why, everything happens for a reason. The key was in his. Well, this whole time coming out, and I didn't know this until today, a couple actually had rolled their windows down and were watching this whole thing go on and thought it was the greatest thing they ever seen, and said that they think they may have recorded it and posted it. Which, if she did, please let us know, because I think it would be hysterical. Because I laughed just knowing that the dogs locked him out of the vehicle and ate the cookies and just kind of left him hanging out there. So that was our puppy story and of this week. And they had their bath, and they are not too keen about the brush. They get a little, you have to hold a cookie in one hand, smell it, and kind of brush them real quick right after they get out of the bath. But it's kind of funny because they've both developed a mohawk. Now, Moxie, the little brown one, has a mohawk, kind of much like mine when I don't dye it. And Hopper, the blue merle, has a white mohawk. And it is really funny because at certain angles when they stand in their area, all you can see is a mohawk sticking straight up. So, those are my little anecdotes for tonight. So, okay, now we can get on topic for tonight, which is going to follow along with our subject that we're following along in May, which, as I had mentioned in our previous live, is May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we spoke about how there is depression that's involved. We talked about how there's just feelings of dread and confusion and anxiety. And this week, the next topic that we can bring in, now I'm speaking from personal experience, And if anybody else has any experiences with dealing with this, please feel free. Let's have a conversation. The only thing that can happen is we help each other. And that's the only way we can grow. So is frustration. Frustration can fuel the anxiety. Some of you can be saying to me, well, how is that with mental health? Well, frustration it ties into stress, it ties into anxiety, it ties into depression, it ties into all of the above. And something that I experienced, and I still do again to this day, is a profound sense of frustration. When you go from being able to work a full day, take care of your family, and do everything in between, to there's a bottle out of your reach and you can't get, you can see it. And any other time you have, ow, sorry, I crunched. Any other time you would have had no problem. And as time goes on, and as you start becoming more and more aware, the frustration sets in. Things that you took for granted, you can no longer do. And it turns into this place where just, it's very close to anger, but it's not anger. You're frustrated with your body. You're frustrated with the situation. You're frustrated with, why can't I just get my body or my mind or whatever you're recovering from? Why can't it to do this? It's a simple thing. And things that you used to do is now 10 times harder than you could have ever possibly imagined, or what anybody else would typically experience. And then you get frustrated, and it's hard because you get frustrated when somebody goes, oh, let me get that for you. And they seamlessly just hand it to you. And you're not angry at them. You're frustrated with your own body and your own mind, and your spirit's broken. And those are things that we can't allow to break us. Not saying that you're going to have bad days, because absolutely. However, there are people often ask, if I have a family member going through this, what are some things that I can do to help? A few things that you can do, and I think probably the most important thing you can do, is give them one, unconditional love. Let them know, even if it feels like they are trying to push you away, that you're there for them and that you love them, and make your presence known. Go and see them. Go and talk to them. Ask them, how are you doing? Don't just have a conversation feeling or what they're thinking, but everyday things. Get their mind somewhere other than where they are for a little while. Let them know you love them. If they are in a nursing home or rehabilitation setting, decorate their room, bring things from home. If they're going to be there for any length of time, make it feel as familiar as possible. Even if you think they're out of it, I can tell you from personal experience, I don't remember a lot. I don't, it's very spotty. However, I do remember who was there for me. I, I do remember who made effort. I do remember the people that were not so nice. And how hurt I felt because they were people that I never in a million years would have expected it from. And it hurt, which then fueled into anxiety, the depression, and the frustration a little bit more. And then we'll get into next week the whole anger aspect of it, because that's a totally different animal. Make it feel warm. They are very cold places. The more comfortable and familiar somebody feels, the more they see familiar faces or even hear a familiar voice, the further along in their recovery they're going to become, the more they're going to fight. Even if they're trying to push you away, know that's one of the other things that you can do. Don't take anything personal that may be said. Don't take comments that you would never expect to hear from this person personally, or because it's not coming from a place where it's at you. It's almost coming from a place of despair and frustration and anxiety and not knowing what to do and being confused. And when you're in that situation and you have all new people with different medications and different, it becomes a lot and you become very overwhelmed, which again leads to frustration, anxiety, and depression. So again, that's one of the things that in the future, the Doodle Den Foundation wants to be able to help provide, is network with some therapists that would be willing to either work with certain insurances that may not have openings, maybe, do a weekend session here or there, or after hours, or however, or on their day off, they could volunteer time, or if they do it separately, or to network with a couple of therapists, because it is so important. And that component is completely lost on in the rehabilitation phase of recovery. And it's something that we hope to be able to help people be able to access while they're dealing with it. to help them process these emotions, help them, their spirit. And you hear me say spirit, and that could be whether it's your religion, whether it's your, like, who you are as a person, like your core, your soul. It could mean what makes you go, what drives you. And without that spirit, your mind and your body suffer. And without your mind being okay, your spirit and your body suffer. It's all correlated. And that's one of the things that we hope to, in the future, be able to offer, as well as being able to get services in home if they need them, and finding the professionals needed to cover them. And of course, we also have the service animal aspect of it. Again, none of this is possible without all of you sharing, liking, subscribing, really helping us get the word out. The more we get the word out, the more we grow, the more we can expand, and the more people we can help. And again, another thing that, as I've discussed before, that we are working on is the campground, which when we start breaking ground, and we also need volunteers, anybody in the Maine for that. We can also sign for community service hours. So we do need help with, um, getting the campground together. Supplies for that, for if you want to do a donation for supplies, if you'd like to sponsor us, if you're a company out there, or if you know of a company out there who would be interested in sponsoring us, please send our information along. We need as much help as we can get. And the more help we get, the more help we can to those who so desperately get overlooked. So, with all of this and the frustration levels, that is something that, one, again, in the future, what we're hoping is that our two mamas will eventually become the animals, and we'll be able to take them on field trips to different places where we'll be able to let people meet them, and they will be able to, go, from personal experience. When I was in a nursing home, that was the only thing that had made me smile in weeks. And having that lab jump up on my bed was the highlight of my, I think, month. So these are all things that are in the works. And also, I'm very, very excited, and I cannot wait for, one second. Sorry. I cannot wait for, we hopefully soon will be start on, well, not we, Ray, will be starting on building a small, I call it a she shed building, but it's really not. It's going to be where we have a place to do our lives, and we'll be able to put our logo behind us. It'll be completely set up for shipping. Everything will go hopefully smooth as can be. And everybody, we won't be jumping around and trying to hide from puppies, so that they see me, they hear me talking, and they think that they need to, in fact, be involved. Is okay normally, but not when they won't stop. We'll be posting more videos. I have some new ones that come out really cute. But again, I'm going off topic. Sorry. It has to do, as I've told you, I lose track sometimes. I apologize if I seem a little bouncy. The level of frustration that somebody can experience is something you can't imagine until you're in that spot. There are many ways to be able to help our loved ones cope. When you go and visit them, talk to them. Watch a movie with them if you can. On a laptop or whatever. If they can, play cards with them. If they are in and out of it, still talk to them. Tell them what's going on in your life. They will remember it. You may get a couple mutterings here and there in the beginning, but they may not remember what you said or what you said in its entirety, but they will remember you are there. And that is one I cannot stress enough how important it is for people to be vigilant. I actually have been seeing a lot of different articles on what people are in nursing homes or rehabilitation nursing homes, and they don't have people regularly checking on them, and in some cases even when they do. And it was, I read earlier today, one of the New England states is looking at being one of the newest states, and it's a very new law that they just started, where families can actually put almost like a nanny cam in their grandma's room, or in, if their husband, wife, mother, sister, uncle, aunt, whoever, friend, if to make sure that they are okay. And this is, I guess, now going to their Congress. And this is awesome. A lot of places, of course, are fighting against that. And a lot of places are closing down, and there are a lot of staffing shortages. Yet, there's no excuse to mistreat somebody. If you don't have the staff, you shouldn't be accepting more clients. If you don't have the staff to be able to handle certain rehabilitation, you should not be accepting those patients. Or you should halt accepting. These are all things that need to be addressed. My ultimate goal is one is to help as many people as we can. As I said before, it's regardless of age or income. Of course, if you're a multimillionaire, work with us here. But regardless of age or income, we are there. We are here to help. And the more support we get, the better. Again, I ask you to visit www.thedoodledenfoundation.org, and you can learn a little bit more about us. You can also go and look at our Facebook page for our previous videos. We also have them we have an Instagram, which is the Doodle Den Foundation, and that's our Instagram handle. And we are the Den we are called the Den on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, share. The more help we get, the more grateful. I cannot express the amount of gratitude I have for all of the support that we have gotten so far. It hasn't even been a year, and the response we have got has been amazing. And I am so thankful to everybody for that. We will be by next week, we will have it, and probably sometime this week, next week, we'll have a picture of that will be raffled off. Like I said, right now I can tell you it will be a value of $500 or more, and you can enter into that drawing starting today, and you can enter for every $5 that you donate to the Doodle Den Foundation is one entry. So like, comment, subscribe, share, and please consider entering into our contests. Well, I'm sorry, they're not contests. They're raffles, not contests. We might have a couple of those later on. The other thing I wanted to say is the Den. We will have more videos going up as time goes on. I will be doing lives for the LLC, which will be on Wednesday nights. And then the Den will be a combination of videos of the pups, videos of build that are going up, or what we're doing, or the construction going on, or and I'm hoping next month to also have a few different guest speakers with me. Have an idea of somebody that I think has a really good grasp on what's needed in this category. But that will be in June. So, I'm sorry. Again, the words, I can't get them out. I know what I'm trying to say, so some of the words might not sound correct, like the word category in this subject matter. There we go. So, I hope that everybody has a great week and that you continue to support us. We will be posting the videos. We will be posting That's what I was saying. The Den. After the LLC, when we start doing the Wednesday night, I am hoping to do a Friday night kind of like kick back. Well, I can't really kick, but sit back and relax discussion life about, what's going on, anything, what's going on in our lives, to things that are happening in pop culture, to things that just make you say, are you kidding me right now? Do a million different things, and for it to be very, very interactive, just kind of on lifestyle and some different really cool hacks that I've figured out along my way that maybe can help some other people, and also a place of support and sharing for people that do have disabilities. So I hope everybody enjoyed tonight. I'm sorry that the pups weren't here, but they will be making an appearance soon, and we will be having a thank you so much, Adam. I appreciate that. I really do. Each day we can only take and do the best with what we have. And the more support we have and the more our community grows, the more help we can be to each other, the more we feel valued as people. So I hope everybody has a great week, and I am sure you'll be seeing me post. If anybody has any questions or has anything that they would like to add, or any that maybe they've gone through, feel free, visit the page, say hello, or keep the discussion going. So have a great week, and we will see you next week. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.